What's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you for an ML Sports Take. It's all brought to you by Stanley Law Offices, Rosie's Corner, and our great friends over at the VCU Consulting Group. If you want to become a better leader, wherever you live, log on to VCGTransforms.com today. That's VCGTransforms.com. Scott and his team do an unbelievable job. So definitely sign up for that. Whether you're a business leader or you want to be a better leader personally, just a tremendous, tremendous group. I mean, what can you say about this game with VCU and St. Bonaventure? I mean, first of all, I love these Friday night games. I know that, you know, a lot of people might prefer weekend games. Weekend is in Saturday, Sunday. I love the Friday night thing. I love it when it's at the RC. The crowd look a little weak tonight. Obviously, the students probably not all the way back yet, I believe. And then I heard from some folks on Twitter that there was a vaccine mandate where you had to have at least, I think, a shot or two shots. I don't really know what that's going on, but the crowd was very, very weak tonight in terms of its overall attendance. And I didn't think they really made a lot of noise as well until really late in the game when they knew that this thing was secured. And my God, was it secured. I mean, this team was up by 6 points at half, 34-28. And then in the second half, the Bonnies just blew the doors off of VCU. I mean, they were unbelievable from the start, I thought, in terms of up here. They were super focused. They got some immediate production out of the likes of Jalen Attaway. Kyle Lofton hit a couple of early shots. You know, I still think when Dom Welch is active and making shots, I think the offense is completely different. He went 1 for 5 from 3, but that 1 3-pointer, it's just such a jolt when he makes a 3-pointer. And, of course, Attaway and the rest of the gang, I mean, they only went 6 for 21 from three-point land. But what won this game was really three things. I thought from the start of the game, it was the immediate focus and energy of the team coming out, finally not getting a slow start, finally getting after it a little bit. Having a lead was nice. It doesn't guarantee anything. It doesn't guarantee that you're going to win. It doesn't guarantee anything. But having a lead at the half, coming out and being strong right from the get-go was so encouraging. Finally, we've been waiting for this, of course. And I thought Oshun, you know, even though he only had 9 points, I thought Oshun was actually really focused from the beginning of the game, too. I mean, I thought he scored some, you know, inside buckets early. Obviously got poked, banged in the ribs there, I think, in the second half, but ended up getting up. But Oshun is just such a presence. His defense is unbelievable. When VCU had the basketball inside, you could just see up fakes and all the rest, and turns and pivots and this and that. And he just stands his ground. He waits, and then bang, and he obviously volleyballed one into the stands. That was pretty funny. But he's just such a great defender. And I know, you know, Lanier, Tim Wynn, Caswell Cyrus, a bunch of other great defenders in the history of the school. If you had to put together the Mount Rushmore of St. Bonaventure defenders, I think you got to put Oshun right there. I mean, he was absolutely terrific. Tonight he had 7 rebounds, 3 blocks, and again, a couple of early baskets in this game. So the other couple of keys I thought that really took place, a couple real big things that allowed Bonaventure to win this game. I mentioned the focus and the energy. The second thing I thought was the rebounding. If you watch the Bonnies from the beginning of the game, this team was getting on the glass early. Attaway skying for rebounds, tip balls to each other. Kyle Lofton super active. Dom Welch. I mean, Dom Welch had 7 rebounds in this basketball game, and you know, Attaway had 8 rebounds. He was a couple of rebounds away from a double-double. So this was a tremendous on-the-glass performance by St. Bonaventure. And then number 3 is just an unbelievable defensive job by St. Bonnie. They forced VCU into 38.5% shooting. VCU is a very effective team. They like to get the ball all around in spacing and all the rest on the floor, and they just couldn't do what they normally do. This is a team that was on a 7-game win streak. They entered the game 10-4. The Bonnies looked sluggish last game, obviously. The Bonnies came out and killed this team. I mean, they killed VCU. This game, you know, as we got into the second half, I know it was still about a 14-point lead, and VCU kind of kept digging into the lead a little bit, but you never felt that Bonaventure was going to lose control. Something would happen where Attaway gets fouled on the 3-ball, right? Or there's an inside bucket that's attempted by Oshun, but he gets fouled. There was something there that allowed Bonaventure to just kind of say, okay, here we go. Let's just keep scoring, and then we'll go back and play defense again, and keep scoring and play defense again. And then the next thing you know, you look up and they're up 19. And so this was just a really, really great game from a focus energy standpoint, rebounding standpoint, and defense standpoint. And I got to say one thing, too. Offensively, and Seth Greenberg brought this up, and by the way, Mike Corey calling the game tonight, I thought he did a nice job. I've worked with Mike Corey. I did stats for the ACC Field Hockey Tournament Championship in Syracuse. Mike Corey's a great guy, and he's just very level-headed, and he really, really cares about, doing a good job, and he loves, the business, and that's all you can ask for as a fan, as an alum, as a media guy, or gal. I mean, this is, that's what you want, and Mike Corey was nice tonight, doing the broadcast. I thought he did a solid job. Seth Greenberg on color, one of the best color analysts in the country, had brought this up, and I literally was about to text my guys, Owen Gregg, Matt Motika, Dave Rust, whoever else I could find on the Bonnie, Dan Quetchen, Joe Kita, all my guys from Bonnie back in the day, which, by the way, I'm coming up on my 20-year anniversary, reunion, this summer. Unbelievable. Here's the thing. Seth Greenberg hit the nail on the head. His best point all night was when he started talking about St. Bonaventure's spacing on offense. Man, the ball movement and moving without the ball and those quick little handoffs and the cuts. I mean, if you want an offense that's going to pass and cut, set a ton of screens, get in the open floor, I got to tell you, man, Bonaventure put on a clinic tonight. If I'm a junior high, if I'm a junior varsity coach, if I'm a high school varsity coach, if I'm a peewee coach, I may sit down and have a little pizza party with my club and show them this game tonight from St. Bonnie, because from everyone, Lofton, Welch, Holmes, Attaway, and Oshuni, I mean, they were unbelievable in space. The passing, the patience, the space, the quality of most shots just was fantastic. The Bonnies got a little bit out of Adams, 4 points off the bench and 2 points out of Koulibaly. I thought when this game went into the second half, again, I know it was only 14, then it got up to 19, then back down again. Yeah, the Ironman 5-man, Mark Schmidt had to keep those guys in, but maybe close to like that 3-minute mark where you're like, okay, enough's enough. Like, bring in 2-3 guys off the bench, right? Like, God, and I know you can get hurt at any moment. I mean, any of these guys could, slip coming out of the shower tomorrow morning and turn an ankle. You can get hurt anytime, right? All the time. But, man, in a game like this against VCU, which, by the way, VCU, it feels like they foul every single play, you just gotta want to conserve those guys. And overall, I mean, and here's another thing. St. Bonaventure, from the free throw line tonight, they were absolutely spectacular. 23 of 27 for an 85.2% clip. I mean, that's unbelievable. They scored 73 points in the game. 23 points came from free throws, which is just mind-boggling. This team has been a good free throw shooting team under Mark Schmidt, and it's just a really, really great, amazing, dominant win, and I think a message to the rest of the A-10 and basically to the A-10 saying, hey, we're the team to beat, and also to the rest of the country that, hey, we're not exactly dead yet, like those Mike Lindsley people had said that we were. For just a couple of people out there who got really pissed at me, I said that they were dead for an at-large berth, unless something crazy happened where they had to run the A-10, except for let's say 1 or 2 losses. I don't think that this team is going to go through the A-10 and lose only 2. I just think it's going to be too tough. They have a really hard game coming up, obviously, at Dayton on Tuesday. And, of course, you know, at Duquesne, where they've never played well. I remember going down to Duquesne for a horrible loss in 2000, 2001 with Kevin Houston. He threw the gum on the floor. He got a technical, and the Bonnies lost that game. And then my man Matt Motika and I think Bill Hoppy was with me as well, and somebody else, we drove back that night, and it was a shit show because of the snowstorm. But, you know, here's the thing. The Bonnies right now at 10-3, 2-0 in the conference. You think about just kind of hypotheticals. Maybe you lose to Dayton. Maybe you lose to Richmond on the road. You know, maybe you lose to VCU on the road. Hey, look, that's 3 losses right there. All I was saying is that this team was in really, really rough shape after they lost to Northern Iowa. They won 3 in a row, Coppin State, Buffalo, Loyola. Then they got beaten by UConn double digits, and then they got absolutely shellacked by Virginia Tech. In Charlotte by what was it, 40, what's the quick math again, 37 points they lost by. Could have made up that loss in Northern Iowa with a win over UConn, or even Virginia Tech to a degree. Obviously, they've had the postponements, Northeastern, GW, Dayton, and Fordham, but beat LaSalle in OT. That was a struggle game at LaSalle and Philly, but the Bonnies got it done. And then VCU, obviously, tonight at home in a dominating performance. And you know, I read Chucky Maggio's piece today, and I agree with this. Oshuni and others have said, look, you know, the more we play, the more we're going to be conditioned. And I agree with that. Let's see what this team does Tuesday at Dayton. But as far as tonight goes, man alive, if you are a fan, an alum of this program, we're back to the proud state, aren't we? I mean, this was an unbelievable win, dominant and focused right from the beginning. Mike Lindsley with you. It's an ML Sports Take brought to you by Stanley Law Offices, the Allen Angus Pub, and our great friends at Welch & Company Jewelers. Shop the showcase today. The best jewelry around. Just shop online. WelchJewelers.com, wherever you live. WelchJewelers.com. I'm telling you right now, this is a great win for St. Bonaventure. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay warm. It's going to be freezing in central and western New York. Go Bonnas. And hey, wait. Cheers to the Bonnies. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.